with a big long jump, and then in and out squats all to bring us back to the start position. I'm going to start our timer right now. Here we go. So big long jump, get low, little in and out squats, jump your feet wide, narrow to the start position. Another big long jump. Good. Staying low the whole time in that in and out jump squat. Big jump, landing nice and soft. 10 seconds left here. Last one. Okay, we're going into lunge pop, so our right leg is forward. We're gonna get low in our lunge. Just do little pops from here, making sure that right knee stays right over your ankle. Here we go. Little pops. Keeping on the right leg the whole time. You can take it to just an air lunge. If at any time you need to take out that pop. These get really challenging. About 10 seconds left here. My legs are burning already and we just started. Last 5 seconds, keep it going. Okay, now we're gonna come down onto our mat for a push-up with an outside mountain climber knee slide. So that knee after our push-up is coming out, sliding down to our wrist and back up. Here we go, push up. Bring your knee to your elbow, slide it to your wrist, back up, start position, push up, other leg. If that slide is too challenging, just do a regular outside mountain climber. Good. Last 5 seconds. Okay, come on up. We're gonna start at the side of our mat here. 2 big lateral jumps, and then fast feet back across our mat. Here we go, big jump, fast feet to the other side of your mat. Big jump, and fast feet. Good. 10 seconds left here. Then we're doing our lunge pops on the left leg. Those feet going fast. Good, so now left leg is forward. Little pops. Here we go. Remember, you can always just do an air lunge if the pop gets to be too much. We still have 2 more rounds to go with this. Halfway done this one. After this, we're going into 3-way push-ups. So we're gonna start with our hands narrow, then hands wide, then we're gonna push ourselves up into a down dog for a down dog push-up. Okay, you're gonna have to move out the way, bud. So starting with hands narrow, then hands wide, then down dog, then back to narrow. So here we go. Narrow hands, walk them out wide, push your butt up for a down dog push-up. Coming back, narrow, wide, down dog. So those down dog push-ups are really working your shoulders. Last one. Okay, we're starting from the top with our long jump to an in and out jump squat. Shake out those legs. Here we go, big long jump, little jump squats, bringing your feet wide and narrow, back to your long jump. Trying to stay low in those in and out jump squats. Five seconds left here, then we're doing lunge pops on the right leg. Good, so right leg is forward, little tiny pops, or just go up and down in a lunge. Here we go. Little pops, making sure that knee isn't coming really far forward in front of your ankle. Staying right on top of that ankle. I'm gonna take it to some air lunges because those pops are getting a little hard. Just enough to take a break. And then I'm gonna get back into it. Declan, what are you doing? Go put that away and close the fridge. No, you go put that away and close the fridge. Into our push-ups with a mountain climber knee slide. Declan, I told you to put it away and close the fridge. Thank you. Here we go. Push up, elbow to knee, to the wrist, back up, start position. Other side. Drop. You can do these from your knees. You just need to push back up onto your toes for the mountain climber portion. You can drop to your knees for the push-up. Come onto your toes for your mountain climber knee slide. Good, come on up. We're doing our lateral jumps. 2 lateral jumps with fast feet across the mat. Can you go make sure the fridge is closed, please? Big jump, fast feet. Isla, please. Go make sure he closes the fridge, please. Declan figured out how to open the fridge, which has been a real pain in the butt. Good, big jump, fast feet across. After this, we're going into our lunge pops on the left leg. One more big jump. Good, so left leg forward now, into our pops, or just go up and down in a lunge. These don't look like much, but they're really challenging. Good. 10 seconds left. And then we're into our 3-way push-ups. Narrow, wide, and downward dog. Whew. Last couple seconds. Good. Shake out those legs and come on down to the mat. You can do these from your knees as well. Just hop up onto your toes for the down dog. So narrow. Walk your hands wide. And then push back to down dog. Dropping your head down to the mat. Coming back to narrow. Wide. And down dog. Starting from the top for one more round. What? Isla? Okay, so we're getting started with our long jump to in and out jump squats. Go on the buzzer. I just need to deal with the kids for a second. Big long jumps to in and out jump squats. Staying low in those jump squats. Big jump. Staying low, low, low. Good. Lunge pops with the right leg forward. Trying to keep that pop going the whole time if you can. Here we go. Little pops. Keeping that knee right above your ankle. Show me. Ten seconds left here. And then we're into our push-ups with mountain climber knee slides. You guys need to move out of the way, please, so they can see. Last few seconds. Whew. Shake out those legs. We're coming down for a push-up to a mountain climber with a knee slide. Declan, do I need to call your friends? Here we go. Push up, knee to elbow, slide it down, back up, start position. Other side. You can do these push-ups from your knees. Just pop up onto your toes for your mountain climber knee slides. Last few seconds. Come on up. We're doing our 2 lateral jumps to a fast feet across the mat. 3 more exercises in this circuit. Here we go. Big jump, fast feet across. Good.
But I'm sitting on your couch.
Big jump as far as you can each way. Keeping your feet going nice and fast in between.
Okay, go in the dirty garbage.
Fast feet. Okay, lunge pops with the left leg forward. 2 more exercises in this circuit. Here we go. Getting low. Little pops. Little hops. 10 seconds left. And then we're into our 3-point push-ups. Narrow, wide, and down dog. Last couple seconds. Keep it going. Good. Shake out those legs. Coming down to your mat. Last 30 seconds in this circuit. I'm going to do these from my knees. So narrow hands, wide hands, pop up onto your toes for down dog. Back down for narrow, wide, and down dog. Last 5 seconds. Good. So grab a drink of water, take a break, have a walk around, get your heart rate down a little bit before we start the next circuit. Hey guys, why don't you go play down on the slack line? Hey, why don't you guys take that ball and one of you stand on either side of the slack line and you throw it over the slack line to each other. Okay? Oh. All right, I'm going to go through and demo our next round of exercises. Declan, come down off that glass table, please. So the first one is a renegade row with a burpee. So when you do a renegade row, you're in a plank position, either from your knees or your toes. Declan, I'm trying to do an exercise class now, okay, bud? So from this position, we do pick up one hand into a row, pick up the other hand into a row, trying to keep your hips as level as possible. Then start burpee. Back down, row, row, jump your feet forward and jump. So it's like a burpee, but instead of doing the push-up, we're doing a renegade row. Then we're gonna do our low prisoner walk-ups. So we're gonna come down on our knees, hands are behind our head. We're gonna step up with one foot, come to a squat. So we're not coming to a full extension, we're staying in a squat, coming back down, step up with the other leg leading, and back down, staying low the whole time, keeping your chest high. And we're gonna come into a plank and do a single arm W. So we're gonna reach one arm forward, pull it back, using those muscles between your shoulder blades to really pull that elbow back towards your spine. Reach forward, pull that elbow back, reach forward, place it down. Other side, reach forward, pull the elbow back, reach forward and down. Again, you can do these from your knees if you need to as well. Then we have alternating crescent kicks. So we're gonna start in a bit of like a fighter position. So staggered stance, left leg is forward, right leg is back. We have our hands up in a ready position. We're gonna take that back leg, do a big kick around, jump and switch our legs, other side. It's okay, your leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight for your kicks. Trying to use your abs to get that leg high. Then we're gonna come into a sumo squat. Toes pointing wide, knees tracking over the toes. You're thinking about pushing those knees out wide. We're gonna do 3, 2, 3 little pulses. Curtsy lunge, back to our sumo. 1, 2, 3, 2 curtsy lunges. And then our last one is coming down onto a forearm plank. We're gonna rock forward, rock back, pressing up into a dolphin plank, really pressing into your elbows and using the muscles of your upper back to help drive your hips up. Come back to plank, rock forward, rock back, up to dolphin. So those are our 6 exercises. We're gonna start with our renegade row burpee. So starting from a plank position, pick up one hand, pick up the other hand into your burpee. On our buzzer. Here we go. So keeping your hips level as you pick up your hands. Trying to pick up the pace once you get the feel of it. 10 seconds left. Last jump. Good. Into our low prisoner walk-ups. So coming down onto your knees, hands are behind your head. You can also have your hands on your hips if that's more comfortable. So come on up, stay low, back down. Other leg. Come up, stay low, and down. Keeping that chest high. Good. 10 seconds left. After this, we're going into a plank with our single arm W's. Lots of planking in this circuit. Okay, so coming to your mat. Plank, reach forward, make a W, single arm with that arm. Reach forward again and back down. Here we go. Reach forward, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Reach forward and down. Other arm. Making sure you get a good, solid squeeze between your shoulder blades. Try as much as you can to keep your hips level. Tilting that pelvis under slightly to protect that low back. Good. Come on up. We're doing our alternating crescent kicks. So staggered stance. Let's start with the right leg back. Hands are up at the ready position. Big kick. Jump to switch your legs. Big kick. Don't worry about your leg being perfectly straight. Be feeling this in your obliques as you get that leg up. So it's the back leg that's doing the kicking. Good. Sumo squat pulses, 2 curtsy lunges. You guys, Declan, no. Bring that here. Getting low in your sumo squat. 1, 2, 3 pulses. Crescent lunge or curtsy lunge. Back to 3 pulses. Staying low the whole time. Okay, don't pull that out, okay? So when we're doing lots of body weight exercises, we try to stay as low as we can to keep our muscles constantly under tension. Good. Into our rocking plank to a dolphin plank. So coming down onto your elbows. Declan, I need you to move off my mat, please, bed. We're gonna rock forward, rock back, press your hips up. Back to plank. Rock forward, back, hips up. Making sure anytime you're in that plank position, you have that slight tucking under of your pelvis. Think about bringing your hip points up towards your rib cage. Okay, we're starting from the top with our renegade row burpees. Picking up one hand, picking up the other into our burpee jump. From a plank position, here we go. You can always take out that jump if you need to. Just stand up and back down and step into the plank if you need to keep it a little lower impact. Or take out the intensity. 5 seconds. Good. Into our prisoner walk-ups. So coming down onto your knees, hands behind your head, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. Step up with one foot, whoops, stay low. Step up with the other foot, staying low. Keeping your shoulders down, elbows out wide to the side. Don't cave over at the waist, we're not doing this. Keep your chest high. 5 seconds, and then we're going to our planks with single arm W. Coming into plank position, really making sure you're squeezing between your shoulder blades as you pull that arm back. Here we go, reach forward, squeeze, reach forward and down. Trying to keep your hips level. 15 seconds left. Drop to your knees at any time if you need to. All this planking is really good for the shoulders, but it really fatigues them. So don't worry about dropping to your knees. Good, into our alternating crescent kicks. Starting with our stagger ready stance. Arms are up. Do I need to put that ball in the house? Here we go, big kick. Jump and switch your feet. Okay, I'm gonna take that ball and put it in the house if you guys are just gonna fight over it. Okay, 10 seconds left here. Good. Into our 3 sumo squat pulses to 2 curtsy lunges. Here we go, getting your feet wide, knees out to the side. Getting low, we're trying to pulse our thighs parallel to the ground. Curtsy lunge, stay low. Curtsy lunge. Oh my, sorry Isla. You okay? Sorry, buddy. Oopsie. 1, 2, 3. Curtsy lunge. Curtsy lunge, stay low. Thighs parallel to the floor in these curtsy lunge or in these sumo squats. 1, 2, 3. Good. Into our rocking plank to a dolphin plank. Coming down on your forearms. Rock forward, rock back, pressing up through your shoulders and your upper back to get those hips high. Good. One more time through this circuit. Okay, we're going into our renegade row burpee. So in a plank position. Oh boy. Here we go, from a plank. Pick up one hand, pick up the other hand, jump forward, and up. Last time we have to do this one, guys. If you have any discomfort in your low back, step back instead of jumping. Good, into our low prisoner walk-ups. On your knees, hands are behind your head, shoulders down away from your ears. Here we go, stepping up, stay low, and back down. Stay as low as you can. When you come up, my legs are burning already. 10 seconds left. After this, we're in our plank with single arm W's. In a plank position, either on your toes or your knees. Oh my goodness, awesome. I made a potion to make all the sick people better. Reach forward, squeeze, reach forward and down. Forward, squeeze, forward and down. Now drop to my knees. My shoulders are burning here. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Come on up. We're doing our alternating crescent kicks. Staggered stance. Hands are up at the ready position. That back leg that's coming through for your kick. Jump and switch your feet. Don't worry about making this look pretty. This is really using your core as well as getting your heart rate up for some cardio. Last 5 seconds. Isla, can you give him back his boots, please? Good. 3 sumo squat pulses to 2 curtsy lunges. Trying to keep our thighs parallel with the ground in these sumo squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 pulses. Curtsy lunge. Curtsy lunge. Staying low as we come into those curtsy lunges. So we're not coming back up to full standing here.
There's blue water in there.
Last 5 seconds. Get low. Nice and low. 1, 2, 3. Curtsy. Last curtsy. Last one is our rocking plank to a dolphin plank. Last one of the circuit. On your forearms. Rock forward. Rock back. Pressing your hips up. Okay, you guys need to move out of the way, please, so the people on the camera can see what I'm doing. Thank you. Almost done here, guys. Good. Grab a drink of water and have a walk around. We're going to get into our core circuit. We want our heart rates down before we come down onto our mats. Looks like the video's still working. Sorry about that. It's one of the other reasons why I'm going to get away from the live streaming videos so much is our internet is just not reliable enough out here.
Mom, are you all done?
No, we're going to do some core work, and then we're going to do some yoga, and then we're done.
Okay. But did we be very good?
Yeah, you're doing okay. So our first core exercise is the hollow body hold. So we're going to start with our legs up. Arms are overhead. We're going to pick our arms up off the floor, extend our legs, and then we're going to lower our legs to the floor as far as we can while keeping our lower back nice and imprinted into our mat. So that might mean you're here, it might mean you're here. Whatever works for you, and we're going to hold that position, that hollow body hold for the whole 30 seconds. Then we're going to stay on our back. We're going to extend one leg down, hover it over the floor as we extend it out to the side, then back to center, and back up to the top. Other leg is going to go down, out to the side, back to center, and up. Then we're going to do more planking. So we're going to come into a forearm plank, and we're going to alternate dropping one hip down to the side and then the other. Then we're going to come into our right side and drop our hips down this way. Then we're going to do the same thing on the left side. And then our last one is a bird dog pulse. So we're going to start the first circuit with our right arm extended, left leg up, and we're just going to pulse our arm and our leg up and down here for the 30 seconds. And then on the second circuit, we'll do it on the other side. So let's go ahead and get ourselves set up. My battery's about to die. Hopefully it can stick with us for 8 minutes. So we're going to start on our back with our hollow body hold. So let's get ourselves set up on your back. Okay, so lowering those legs down as far as you can while keeping your low back pressed down onto the mat. Holding here. If you need to at any point bring your legs back up, that's fine. 10 seconds left. Keep that low back pressed down onto the mat. You can let your head down if you need to. Good, so staying on our backs, we're gonna lower one leg to the floor, out to the side, back to center and up. Switching sides. If you want to extend the opposite arm as well, to make it a little bit more challenging, go ahead and do that. Again, we're always keeping that low back pressed down like you're trying to imprint an image of your spine into your mat. Last second. So we're going to turn over now into our elbow plank, dipping one hip down and then the other. These next 3 exercises are really going to target our obliques, our outer core muscles. Here we go. Dropping one hip down, back to center, other hip down, back to center. Keeping that slight tuck under of your pelvis. So it's the difference from here to here. You'll really feel those lower abs engage, and you'll feel some of the stress off your low back when you do that. 10 seconds left. So now we're going to come into a right-sided plank. From here, we're going to dip down and up, down and up. Or if that gets too challenging, just hold a side plank. Here we go. You can also do these from your knees and keep that dip going as well to make it just a little bit easier. Or stay up on your feet. Okay, let's go on to our left side. Same thing. Come on up in your plank, dipping that hip down and up. Dropping down to your knees if you need to, or just holding that side plank if the dips are too much. What's Declan doing inside, Isla? Can you go check, please? 10 seconds left here.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Isla, please.
Is he dressing my boat?
Last one is our bird dog pulses. So coming onto your hands and knees, where you're gonna extend our right arm and our left leg, holding them up and pulsing. Keeping your hips level and your back flat. Here we go. Working our core here as well as our back muscles. Isla, I need you to please go check on your brother. It's too quiet in there. Are you listening, or should I tell your friends? Thank you. After this, we're starting again from the top with our hollow body holds. So coming down onto your mat. Isla, please. Arms overhead. Lowering your legs down as far as you can while keeping that low back imprinted on the mat. Make sure you're breathing. What's he doing? Go check. Almost done, guys. This is hard, good. Okay, we're gonna stay on our backs for a single leg lower, extending our leg out to the side, and if you want to make it more challenging, drop the opposite arm overhead as well. Here we go. Keeping that low back pressed down into the mat. Slow, controlled movements here. After this, we're into our plank with hip dips. So turning over, coming down onto your forearms, dipping one hip down and then the other.
My brother was just playing with. orange core.
Good. So coming down, dropping one hip down, back to center, other hip down, back to center. Isla, can you go sit somewhere else, please, so the people that are watching can still see me? Thank you. Take your food up to the table. Thanks. Last 10 seconds here. So let's do our side plank on the left side this time. Dropping our hips down and back up. Maddie, out. Out. Out of the way. Go, 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 go. Here we go. Coming down, drop your hip down and up. If you need to drop to your knees, go ahead. This is getting hard. Especially after we did our hip dips already in our forearm plank. Last 5 seconds, and then we're gonna do the same on the other side.
When I dress my doll,
So flipping over to the right side.
guess when I dress my doll into.
Last 2 exercises. You get that? Here we go.
With yellow petals and pink.
Halfway done. Keep going from your toes if you can. This side got a little break between our forearm plank dips. So you should feel a little bit stronger on this side. Last 5 seconds. So coming over onto your hands and knees, we're gonna do our bird dog pulses, extending our left hand and our right foot. Try to keep your hips level the whole time. Here we go, pulsing.
Mom,
Keeping that core in tight.
why not? I don't get it.
15 seconds.
Mom.
Isla, I'm busy right now.
Okay.
Thank you. Last couple seconds.
Activity completed.
All right. That's it, guys. Thanks for sticking with me through a bit of a rocky start. Whew. Let's get a drink of water, and we'll get ourselves set up for about 10 or 15 minutes of yoga.
Yeah,
Yeah, yoga. Yeah.
Guess what? When I get older, I will take my kids wherever I want to take them.
Yeah?
Like the grocery store, playground, the cabin, everywhere I want to go.
That's all the places you're going to take your kids?
Or I want to go to the playground.
Excuse me, Declan. Can you
No,
move this?
I'm not. I'm actually going to take my kids to the playground and watch the farm. Mommy, can I have a computer?
What? Because you have water inside the house. I let that one's all empty now. All right, we're going to start our yoga. Coming to stand at the front of our mat. Declan, please don't touch this, okay? Big toes are touching, heels slightly separated. Inhale as we raise our arms overhead, shoulders down away from your ears. And exhale to come into a standing forward fold. I'm going to bend one knee and then the other here. You can keep your knees bent for our first forward fold, stretching into the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. Now trying to straighten both legs if you can. Grasping your opposite elbows, let your head hang. I'm just gonna hang here, and then now rocking our upper body side to side.
I do that.
You show me. So from here, bring your hands down to your mat. We're gonna heel toe our feet out to about hips width. You can do it on this side of me. Yeah, you guys do it on this side. And then we're gonna pick up our feet and step on our hands. So our big toes are up in our wrist creases. Your knees are probably gonna stay bent, but try to straighten your knees here. This is a nice stretch for your hamstrings, and it gets into our wrists. After doing a lot of planking today, it's nice to bend our wrists in the opposite direction.
Mom, look.
So releasing your hands. We're gonna heel toe our feet even wider, pointing our toes out, and then we're gonna bend our knees and come down to a squat position. Hands to your heart and really pressing your elbows into your knees to press them out wide here. Nice stretch for our hips. Again, you can rock side to side if that feels good. You can also bring your hands and to the opposite side, so pressing the backs of your hands together instead of your palms to get a nice stretch into your wrists. Releasing your hands down to the mat. Come back up and heel toe your feet back in. And come into your forward fold once again. Bending your knees to place your palms on the mat. We're gonna step back into a high plank and lower ourselves all the way down to our mat. Pressing all 10 toes down into the mat. We're gonna come up into Cobra. A nice stretch through your back here and the whole front of your body. Holding this for a second. Now bringing your thighs up off the floor into an upward facing dog.
That's what it looks like.
And tucking your toes under now for a downward facing dog.
Look.
In your downward dog, bend one knee and then the other to stretch into your calves.
Is that their thing? Just say that their thing right after her. Is it? No.
And pressing both heels down towards the floor. Holding your downward dog for a breath. We're going to pick our right leg up, extend it up to the sky, and then let it drop down behind you like you're trying to bring your heel down to the floor and open up in your hips. You're going to keep your shoulders square so you're rotating mostly from your lower body. Square off your hips and step your right foot forward in between your hands and drop our left knee down to the mat. And come on up for a low lunge. You can keep your arms raised overhead or have them on your knee. Or if you really want to get further into your hip flexors, you can press them on your hand, put your hands on your low back and kind of really press your hips forward a little bit more to stretch into that hip flexor. I'm going to hold this for a few seconds.
And then dog.
Bring your hands onto the mat in front of you, and we're going to press through the right foot to press your hips back into a half split posture on the right leg, stretching into the hip flexor, or sorry, the hamstring on the right leg. Trying to fold from your hip, so think about bringing your belly button towards your thigh instead of bringing your forehead to your knee. Pulling your toes up to the ceiling to get a little bit of that stretch into your calf muscle as well as your hamstring.
Are those kids actually? Mom, are those
I'm busy right now. Shift your weight forward, back into low lunge, tucking your back toes under, and step back to plank. And then back into a downward facing dog. Again, you can bicycle your legs, so bending one knee and then the other. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left leg up to the sky and let it drop back behind you. Trying to bring your left heel down to the floor, opening up through your hips, keeping your upper body square.
Mom?
Now square off your hips and step your left foot forward between your hands, dropping your right knee down to the floor for low lunge. Again, you can either keep your arms extended overhead, have them on your knees, Or use them on your low back to press your hips forward a little bit more.
I guess Mom, I guess we can have a coffee sit.
You want to have a coffee sit?
No, I guess we can.
Okay.
Thanks for having fun today.
Couple more breaths here. Really try to sink your hips down low to the mat.
Oh, Mom,
And releasing your hands down to the mat, pressing to the left foot to press your hips back, and coming into half split on the left leg. So again, toes are pointing up towards the ceiling to get into that calf muscle, and you're thinking about bringing your belly button down towards your thigh to keep your back as flat as possible, to keep that hinge coming from your hips. I see. Couple more breaths here. So shift your weight forward again. Back into a low lunge. Now tuck your toes under. Lift that back knee up off the floor. Step back into a plank. And pressing up into a downward dog. From here, we're going to come forward into a plank and drop your knees down to the mat. Now, you guys, I need a little bit of space to finish my yoga, okay? Now walk your hands forward so the tips of your fingers right at the front of your mat, and drop your elbows down to the floor. It's called a puppy pose. So we're trying to keep our hips directly over our knees and let your chest fall down towards the mat. So you get a nice stretch through your upper back here. You can either let your forehead rest on the mat, or to get a deeper stretch, pick your forehead up and look forward to the top of your mat. Feel a really nice stretch through your thoracic spine and upper back here. With every exhale, think about dropping your chest a little bit closer down to the floor.
Mama.
If you're looking forward now, bring your forehead back down to the mat. Walk your hands back in a little bit so you're back in your table position. Tuck your toes under for a downward facing dog. We're going to take pigeon on the right leg, so extending your right leg up. Bring it forward. Trying to get your shin parallel to the front of the mat if you can. I can't, but that is the goal. So your right ankle is up by your left wrist, extending that left leg out behind you, and releasing your body down any amount. You might need to stay up here, that's fine. Or if you can come down to your mat, go ahead and take that. We're going to hold ourselves here for a minute. Really relaxing in through that right outer hip muscle, that right glute. Devin, can you be a little bit quieter, please, for about 5 more minutes? Yeah, nice pigeon pose, Isla. With every exhale, try to relax a little bit more into that hip.
You have to bring one leg in, that one's to the floor.
Can you open the gate for Maddie, please? A few more seconds here, guys. Now we're going to stay in our pigeon, but we're going to push ourselves up onto our hands. We're going to bend that left knee in and grab it with your right hand if you can, and pull that ankle in towards your bum to stretch into the quad muscle, the front of your leg on the left leg. You can also roll off to your side to do this if it's a little hard on your knee to do this from pigeon.
Hey, Mom.
So if you're holding on to your left foot, you can release it back down to the mat, tuck those back toes under, and step back into downward dog. Walk it out here a little bit. We're gonna do the same thing on the left leg. So extending your left leg up. Bring it through for pigeon on the left side. So your left ankle is up by your right wrist. That right leg is extending back behind you. And sink your body down any amount towards the mat. Really think about relaxing into that left glute muscle.
Look at that, Mom.
Yeah?
I have one question.
What's your question?
Oh, there are two questions.
What are your questions?
So, are the kids sick?
Nope.
Do the kids have to play outside with me in this one?
Mm-hmm.
But we want them to play inside. Because first we want to show
Hey, Isla,
them
can we talk about this after I'm done my yoga?
Oh,
We're gonna stay here for another 20 seconds or so. Every exhale, think about relaxing a little bit more into that left glute muscle and sinking a little bit farther to the floor.
That's how it looks like.
So come up onto your hands, and if you can, reach back with your left hand to grab your right foot and pull it in towards your bum to stretch into the quad muscle on the right leg. Again, you can roll off onto your left side to do this if it's hard on your knee to do it from pigeon.
What a pigeon.
Releasing that right foot. If you're holding onto it, tuck your toes under. We're going to press ourselves back into down dog. Walk your feet out a little bit. Coming down onto your knees. And sit back on your heels. We're going to grab our arms behind our back, interlacing our fingers to stretch in through our chest. And we're going to come forward, bringing our forehead down to the mat and letting your arms rise overhead, getting a nice stretch into your shoulders and your chest. Come on back up, releasing your hands, bringing them overhead. We're gonna drop our right hand down behind us. Left hand comes across to our right knee for a gentle spinal twist here.
Mom.
Inhale as we come back up through center, arms overhead. Other way, left hand drops behind us. Right hand comes across to the left knee for a gentle twist. Inhale as we come back through center. And exhale, you bring your hands to your heart. So that's our workout for today, guys. Again, sorry about the bit of a rocky start. That's the last of our live streaming workout. So I posted an update on our Facebook page. We're going to start doing in-person classes again with some restrictions, obviously, due to COVID-19. So you can check that for updates. We can also just keep this open if you wanted to chat a little bit after the workout. We can just unmute everyone's microphones and cameras if you guys want to stay around and have a bit of a chat. But otherwise, thanks so much for joining me for the month of May, and a lot of you were with me through April too, so I really appreciate your support, and hopefully we'll see you outside for some of our in-person classes. Thanks.